is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis, I'm going. What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with another video this Wednesday. We're going to talk about Bol Bol. And the only reason I'm doing this is because Denver is a team that I got love and respect for. I like their youth. I like what they do. I love their coach. And I love the fact that they have been one of the youngest teams, but also one of the best teams in the entire NBA for the last couple seasons. And you have to give them that credit, and they deserve it. And I still do think that they can do some things in the playoffs this year if they become a little bit more consistent on both ends of the court. You guys know how I personally feel about Michael Porter Jr. And if you didn't, I think he can really be a future superstar for this team. But if you've been following my channel for a while, Bol Bol was a guy that was a lottery pick to a lot of people. He was a guy that a lot of people felt could be very special because his potential as an outside scorer, his length, his mobility, and his ability to possibly be a two-way player that can stretch out the floor. We call them unicorns now, the Chris Tapps and those type of guys. Bol Bol may not been as good as him either when he was coming into the league, but he showed the potential, and that's what allowed him to get hype and be able to get drafted by the Denver Nuggets. Embarrassing. I love the guy, but it is embarrassing to fall as far as he fell. And I do think it was because of the injury. I do think it was because he's one of those guys that's very, very raw. He's not going to be able to do a lot of things for you right now. You hope he will. You're going to try to do whatever you can to get him to that point. But I don't really feel like they was wrong for not picking him in the lottery just because you're drafting him solely on potential. So when he dropped to the second round, I was still surprised because he can be a hidden gem. He could be one of those guys, like I said, not 1 to 2 years, 3 to 4 to 5 years. This is a guy that you might start seeing some real starting or elite, even bench play, but that's going to be years down the line. And that's why a lot of teams, they want to pick him outside of the injury and outside of his rawness. You have to really want to invest time. The best part about the Nuggets, and I said this when they drafted them, is they have the time. Their core, their nucleus of the guys that really make this team go are all usually under 25. They don't need a center right away because they have Jokic, the best current center in the NBA. They not really looking for desperate need of talent because they're the number 3 seed in the Western Conference. So it makes sense that they will be the team that's willing to take a diamond in the rough potentially because they're already ready and successful to be great right now. But like I said about Michael Porter included, when you're trying to reach that ceiling, and we done seen this with so many different organizations, we done seen this with so many different teams, you have to be willing to take gambles because you're going to be a team that's going to be paying out a lot of players. You're going to be a team that's going to have so much wiggle room once you give your nucleus money. So you have to be able to hit on gambles like a Michael Porter who had the back concerns. Some people feel like he can play. Some people feel like he was going to be a number 1 pick. I was a person that said that I feel like Michael Porter Jr. is the second best player in that draft outside of Doncic because his skill level was that high. And what I seen from him and a little bit we seen from this season, I'm standing on that. But Bol Bol was a lot more raw, plus the injury. So I understood why teams was even more scared to take a turn. But like I said, it makes more sense for Denver, a team that really doesn't get high-profile free agent, a team that usually get a lot of their great players through the draft, and they try to do it as best as they can to build around them. They drafted Jokic, they drafted Murray, they drafted Harris, and it makes sense while they would, under their circumstance, basically take a gamble on two of these guys that can be potentially superstars or great quality players. And even if Bol Bol takes 3 to 4 years, this is a guy that you can pay him because he will be a restricted free agent. You can negotiate a contract that's fair for both of y'all. So even if he shows signs, even if he finally cracked the rotation 3 to 4 years from now, he's still not going to be a big money player. He's not going to be a guy that everybody's going to be throwing money at because he has to prove it on the court. And once he started doing that, you already have his rookie contract. Then you're going to pay him a little bit more or whatever he does because we don't know what the future is going to hold. And you can retain him and continue the development and allow him to come along slowly. A lot of teams do not have that luxury to do that because they either throwing in the fire or they trying to find somebody that can be potentially better. So it makes sense why Denver did it for both of those players, and it makes sense to me because when I look at Bol Bol, this is a guy that you're not going to find anywhere. You're not going to find. You can't, like they always say, you can't teach height and talent. He has something special. He had a dad that played in the league, and he has an upside that can really make him a one in a kind unicorn type of player. Will he reach that? I really have to see. It's all going to be about heart, determination, and work ethic because he is far away from being even a rotation player right now. But if he can continue to work on his touch, which he has a good touch for a big man, 'cause big man usually got big hands and they can't really have that finesse. He got the finesse part on him already, and I like that part about him. But if he really wants to continue to develop, he has to work on his box out, his strength. We all know his body ain't where it needs to be weight and strength wise, so he can be able to bang in that post, so he can be able to gobble up those boards, and for him to be able to get position that he needs to finish around the rim. Plus, he still need to work on the outside touch. He showed that he's not scared, he's confident, and he has the ability to do it, but he's not at the level where you're going to be scared to leave him open. He's a guy that if he's at the three-point line, you rather him be at the three-point line than inside of the three-point line, and you rather allow him to do that. When you're that big and you're that strong, I will live with you shooting threes, no matter if you Chris Taps or rather if you Bol Bol. I will have to live with that. But one thing I will definitely say is I like what he did in college for the time he played. He really showed a lot of unique skill sets that you're not going to even find in this current draft that he was in. It's not a Bol Bol in that draft, and that's why he stood out to so many of us is because he was a guy that you just can't make again. He's a guy that you're not going to see again. And it was going to take a team with a lot of confidence and building in their coaching staff and patience. And I feel like Denver is a situation where they can do those things, and that's why I liked it, the fact that they did it. Will he become an all-star? It's going to take this man a lot of work and a lot of critiques because the skill level isn't there. The IQ isn't there at an NBA level. Is it in their high school, college? Yeah. But for him to be a great rotation defender, a rim protector like we see that he can be, and then he still had to work on his body and his strength because he's not a great rebounder either. He's a little weak rebound and he's a little weak, a little bit of a pushover, even though he is lanky and tall. Those things don't happen overnight. Those things you have to consistently do each and every day to build that up throughout the years. So that's what I'm saying. I didn't expect Bol Bol, even when I had him possibly in the lottery last year. I wasn't expecting Bol Bol to come in and be dominant. I wasn't expecting Bol Bol to come in and be a game changer. I knew even when I first seen him, even when I was watching the NBA draft, I knew that he was a guy that wasn't going to be great out the gate, and it was going to take a couple years. He was a project. He was raw. Hopefully, Denver can work their magic, and hopefully he has the love for the game and the work ethic to take that chip on his shoulder. All these teams passed on you. All these teams thought you was not good. All these teams thought that they can find something better than you. Hopefully that motivates him. Hopefully his dad keeps him ingrained in positivity. I know the coaching staffs in Denver, they felt like they can fix him. They felt like they can teach him. They felt like they can mold him. And we will see what happens. But Bol Bol, at worst to me, will be an NBA player. He will at least be a starter down the line. But like I said, if you're a Denver fan, we just be patient. I know he's in the G League. I know he's not the pick that we thought he would be, but Bol Bol is a work in progress. He's a diamond in the rough. You're not gonna find too many Bol Bols out here, and that's a good thing. That's gives you the incentive and the right to draft and take that gamble because you know he's one in a kind and he can be something special. But if you Denver, you also gotta look at it like this: if it don't work out, he's not going to really take that much of your cap because he was a second round pick. And if it don't work out, he was a second round pick. You're not really going to find too many superstars and all stars in a second round in general, especially where they drafted him at. So even if it don't work out, you're not going to take that big of a loss. And even if it don't work out, at least you knew you tried and you had a once in a lifetime type of player come across you, and at least you took that gamble and that time to see what you had there. So it still makes sense. They're not going to take a big loss because he was a late second round pick, and it's not going to be a thing that everybody going to blow out of proportion. They didn't take him number 1. They didn't take him number 5. They took him when it was a good chance to finally get something deep. Like when you get that late in the draft and you can find a potential all-star, potential game changer, why not take that gamble? And Denver did it. So I don't look at it as a negative. If you don't pan out, Denver shouldn't be tripping. Denver shouldn't be that mad, and they should be feeling pretty good about themselves because they at least took a gamble on a once in a lifetime potential player. So if I gotta say something, I'm still supporting Bol Bol. Still want to see him do well. Haven't given up on him, and I still think he can be something special. He might not be as good as Jokic. He might not ever become a superstar, but he should at least become a rotation player in the future. And if you're getting a rotation player in the second round, that's still pretty good if you really look at it from where they picked him at. That's not a bad loss either. So other than that, tell me what you guys really think about Bol Bol. Is he going to be a bust? Was he a waste of time? Should they win with somebody else? Or do you feel like me? 3, not 1 or 2, 3 to 4 years we'll see more of Bol Bol and what he can be. And remember, they're not paying him that much money, and they picked him late in the second round. So don't forget that either when you're making a comment. Other than that, that's all I got to say. I want to wrap up the video. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description comment section below. Like on Facebook to show support. Not only that, check out my older videos. Have over 1,000 videos. I do videos just like this. I also break down players, legends, rookies, summer league, free agency, trade deadline, season preview, top 10 list, and even NBA playoff predictions, which will be coming up as the playoffs are right around the corner. So if you like that type of stuff, you can't live without basketball. You need it each and every day. I do make a video every day. I make videos like this and I have a variety. Check them out. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. It helps the channel grow. Quinn Wade, basketball analysis. I'm gone. And let me know what you guys think about Bol Bol.